Hello and welcome to the 3rd of December edition of the Contributor Experience Biweekly meeting, this time for Asia Pacific. Please be advised that this meeting is under the Code of Conduct for of the Kubernetes project, which basically be nice and excellent to each other. Everyone is welcome to give a quick introduction of themselves. This is purely optional. I can go ahead. Hi, I'm Mario. I am co-chair of SIG Contributor Experience, and I'm also involved in comms as a sub-project and in doing FinOps for KDES. All right. Do we have
Hey
a note?
Mario.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to go next. Hey Mario, I'm Arnab, and this is my second or third time joining this one of these calls. So yeah, I also joined the last week. I mean the Friday's call, which happened for ContribEx, and yeah, I have to say that was a bit overwhelming for me. But yeah, I made sure that I will continue to keep joining these calls and I like in the last Friday's call, it was just me trying to understand what the people were talking about. And also, I would just like to add one more thing. So, Mario, I was going through the your talk on contributing to Kubernetes at the age of AI, and there I was made aware that there was some mentoring sub project which is going on. So yeah, I would like to get to know more about that. Like, how can I join that, and how can I like learn the ropes and start contributing to the project? Thank you.
Mario, maybe I think you're on mute or something. We cannot hear you.
Yeah, I'm a hard mute. Thank you. And we will go over the mentoring stuff we can go over when we get to the mentoring sub-project in the agenda. Anyone else who want to introduce themselves? This is purely optional, but
Yeah, I'll go next.
going
So
one. Go ahead.
yeah, sure. Yeah, Project here. So I've been part of the release signal team for last 2 cycles now, working as a shadow over there in the Kubernetes release for the rest 2 cycles. Apart from that, also working in the K8's infra space with the IBM Cloud Power onboarding and stuff. Also, the maintaining the automation and the infrastructure part of those things there. Have started contributing to the contributor site from last month or so. Have We had a discussion regarding um, making the dockerized containerized images for the Hugo base image, right? So we have already done with that. So now right now the contributor website has a standard Docker image that is being published in the staging repository registry that we have. So that has been taken care of. Next, I plan to also make them multi-arc. So I'll create the required issues and start working on those in the contributor site space. Yeah.
Thank you. Sandeep wrote wrote his introduction into the channel. I'm Sandeep, co-chair of the dev and help me out. It's the dev and hard of hearing working group of CNCF and also involved in ContribEx. And Avinesh posted also his intro, which is I'm Avinesh, I'm involved in Gateway API and Fields extension repository. All right, then let's start. Events. The deadline for Maintainer Summit and for Maintainer Track for KubeCon Europe 2026 is closing soon, which means that it's closing on the 14th of December. So if you're interested in presenting something at the Maintainer Summit, please copy it over. And the other topic that we have is we are trying to recreate the events team for KubeCons. The main thing for events that is needed is basically someone still needs to organize awards. Awards who have not heard of it. There are Kubernetes Contributor Awards. They are handed out typically at the KubeCon North America. And basically they are handed out to so the SIG leads can select up to 3 people to be award recipients, and those award recipients will receive an contributor award. Contributor awards can look like this. What is in my bag? It's basically a recognition of things that you have done for the Kubernetes project. And we need some folks eventually to organize this every year. So currently, Mars and Laura are doing this for this year. They are basically reaching out to the award recipients, gathering the addresses that they can get the physical award, and we also have people, or we also need to nudge SIG leads that they basically think of the awards and nominate people. This is usually something that happens around the months of May till August, something like this. We also need some folks to do comms around maintainer summits and maintainer gatherings for the events. This will especially become important as soon as there is no more person from the Kubernetes project involved in Maintainer Summit. So we are currently having, we started now have the chairs for Maintainer Summit will rotate, which means that they will follow the structure of KubeCon chairs itself. So Natalie rotated off after this KubeCon, so she rotated off after Atlanta. I will rotate off after KubeCon Amsterdam, which means that potentially there is no one anymore from a Kubernetes point of view inside of the Maintainer Summit chairs, but we still need to handle announcements and comms. So this is something that we still need to organize. Another thing that needs to be organized is the project pavilion. We did this time for the first time ask Kubernetes contributors everything. This was pretty much well received. There were a lot of people around chatting, asking questions. So this is something that we would like to continue. And someone needs to organize the logistics. And the other thing is organizing the meet and greet. So the meet and greet is usually happen at second day of KubeCon. We get a specific room. We have those stand-up displays, and someone needs also to be there and organize this together with CNCF events stuff. So basically this, I want to move into events and have some dedicated people at it. For the project pavilion and the meet and greet, it would be good if you are able to join KubeCon. For comms and awards, that's not necessarily needed. So if anyone wants to get involved there, just let me know. So we basically want to recreate the event sub-project, and I will update the documentation hopefully for Christmas holidays.
So Mario, one question is
Yes,
there any specific Slack channel to discuss all this, or?
ContribEx. We will do the
Okay.
discussion about this in ContribEx, and I can basically start a thread there.
Okay.
Events. Any other questions towards events?
Yeah, you mentioned about the meet and greet, right? So does it involve being physically part of the event that particular day?
Yes.
That would be the mandatory thing,
Meet
right?
meet and greet we would need this because you would also the person there also needs to take care of putting up designs for the tables and collecting everything. So it would really help because the amount of work that you need to do before the event is relatively small, like nothing more or less. The most work is at the event.
Yeah, understood. Totally. Yeah.
Uh,
Fine. I think
but
we can. Yeah.
I would move everything into a sub project basically
Yes.
that and just create role descriptions and then organize it per KubeCon because I don't have the expectance that anyone can join any KubeCon, right?
Yes, understood. Yeah, that makes
It's too much KubeCons.
yes. Yeah.
Uh,
Fine. Yeah. You can loop me in the conversation then. Would be happy to help
okay.
out there. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. I give me a second. I'm not good at typing and writing stuff. Other things that are coming up, the OpenSearch Con China CFP is open and closes on January 11th. And KubeCon India CFP is also open and closes on February 1st. Which also means that I think co-located events CFP will also open soonish. All right. Mentoring. So, there is a discussion in. Oh, Evan, yes, this is great. I will also put you down to for awards because awards I really need help. Um, mentoring for new contributors. So basically, there's the Kubernetes new contributors channel, and as you already pointed out, sometimes it's hard for joining the Kubernetes community. I mean, um, we have the NCO meetings, which are gives you an overview, but it doesn't help you with where to start, basically. Um, there is the idea, and I'm just looking for the thread. that basically there's a peer mentoring happening. Inside of the which is organized by also new contributors. This can happen at any time. So we have an official sub-project for mentoring. The official sub-project for mentoring is mainly there for organizing mentoring cohorts, and also we have two. So we have internal mentoring stuff that's happened, for example, this year with ETCD. But we also have external mentoring cohorts which are happening with LFX, Google Summer of Code, and stuff like this. So basically, these are the official programs. The official programs they need some kind of project management, which means that reaching out to sick leads, figuring out if anyone is able to support a mentoring cohort, pinging them, try to get people in this, also doing comms, organizing the mentoring cohort. So there we basically need someone who could help with the project management. And for the internal ones, I'm not aware of anything organized by the SIGs currently regarding mentoring. I've talked to a couple of SIGs, like SIG Networking, and SIG Networking is basically looking into this if they could start a mentoring cohort. The main issue that we have with mentoring is obviously that you need people to do the mentoring, like to do the mentoring part, which means that you need to be well versed in the field that you want to get new people in. So the best point, and Anab, that's basically for you, the best point would be to ping Josh Burkus, who is basically currently the lead of the mentoring program in Slack, and say that you want to get involved in mentoring, and he can basically point you to where best to start in the whole mentoring topic.
Okay, thank you, Mario. And I suppose there is no separate Slack channel for this, right? Like, it's just that.
It's ContribEx. Yeah.
Okay, okay, sure. I'll give an opinion. Thank you, Mario.
Yeah. Um, any other questions around mentoring? If not, we can move on to comms. So comms is a sub-project. There we have actually a separate channel, which is SIG minus ContribEx minus comms. We do communications. There's a weekly meeting, which is at a horrible time for anyone in the APAC region. I'm sorry for this. It's Friday, and for me it's 5 p.m. Central European time. So for Indian time it's 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m.
It's 9:30.
Then it's even worse. Yeah, but the
Yeah.
problem is we have folks sitting at the leadership. A lot of leadership folks are sitting at the West Coast. Oh yeah, we have now the winter time. So anyway, so we have the issue that it's that we have also a block. We have two blocks. So we have a block. We have a block which is basically the Kubernetes block, and we have the Kubernetes.dev block, which means that they both need block reviewers. For the Kubernetes.dev block, it's fairly good staffed, but we need block reviewers for the Kubernetes block itself. There's a style guide that can be followed. There's a style or we have a style guide for how to write blocks, and basically you need to follow this and look it through. It also obviously helps to have some technical understanding of what is being discussed in those blocks. That makes the role of the block reviewer a little bit harder. This is mainly SIG docs owned because we don't have so much the problem, but the best person to reach out to this would be Natalie Vlatko, and she can basically point you towards who to approach. And we also have a block channel, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's SIG -docs -block. And yeah. So basically, if you join SIG -docs -block there, and then you can also reach out to Natalie, and she can point you to where to start. Sandeep, the block is managed. The block for KDS.dev, so the contributor side is managed by Federico. That's two
Got
different
it.
things. Yeah.
Got it.
So we mainly need reviewers need reviewers for the official block, but we also for the Kubernetes.dev block, the channel would be the comms channel, which would be SIG -ContribEx -comms. All right. And also to quickly jump back to Arvin's question, Josh Burkus is the person to reach out. I will write it in chat. All right. And we do it SIG -docs -block. Any questions around contributor communications? All right, then contributor documentation. There's a discussion going on about removing the events tab from the contributor navigation side. I don't want to remove this because there's still some information that I find valuable, and I would rather have some information about the maintainer summits there, especially for timings, because some of the people are still looking at the KDS.dev side. Yeah, that's my take on this, but that's probably something that we need to discuss in the issue. Any comments on this? Any other topic related to the contributor side? I don't want to nitpick, but do we have a timeline for updating Hugo and Doxy there? I know that you moved the images, but I think we still need to update Hugo and Doxy, right? If not, we can move into moderation and media. So we requested additional licenses for as a Zoom account because we run out of licenses. We are waiting for the projects team to come back to us. And we also added Zapier to a bunch of Zoom accounts to enable YouTube automation. There was also the announcement on the Maintainer Summit regarding Slack for CNCF, which is basically that we will stay with Slack. They are working on a contract with Slack to that it's also written down, so we don't need to move away. So we dodged this bullet. We had a look at the LFX tooling for account and calendar management, but this one still needs some features and some more testing. This would basically remove our need to manage our Zoom accounts manually and also to invite mailing lists of mailing lists. But the problem is that it would not recognize if a person joins the mailing list that they also get the invite to the meetings. So this is something that we still need to figure out. Yeah, but beside this, there's no new news on the whole on this front. Maybe Sandeep, to also answer your question, Zoom is not going anywhere. We have Zoom accounts, and I don't know of any movement to Bevy. And if it's going away in January, I should know.
Ah, okay. Okay, I think that then it maybe just for CNCF.
Even there, I don't know, to be honest.
So,
Because
so the thing is that, I rely entirely on captioning, and BY is basically a browser-based tool. It is not an application like Zoom. So,
Mhm.
you cannot actually pop out the transcript and everything. Like if you are using the transcript and captions, it occupies the screen real estate. And
uh,
then I don't know how intuitive it is for like the blind and the visually impaired people. So I think I have been asked to test it. I actually use it a lot for our local meetup, and it is not intuitive. But I've heard very that we have to switch to BY from January. Whether that's for Kubernetes or I think I was told it's about CNCF. I'm not sure about the Kubernetes project.
Okay, but I'm not aware of neither. So I'm not aware for CNCF, and I'm also not aware for and I definitely know not for Kubernetes itself. And communication tools are basically up to the project, more or less, because we also have some projects that just use Discord. But yeah, I mean, I can also reach out to folks, but let's see. I know that there's the movement that projects should move into the LFX platform and adopt the LFX platform, but even this is what we started in the discussion with Linux Foundation this week. But even for Kubernetes, it's not easy to move there.
So yes, it is exactly that because the CNCF already is using BY for all the local community groups. So that is why the switch to BY is happening.
Yeah. All right. Any up? I don't have any updates to GitHub management. If anyone has something. And also elections, there are no current elections ongoing. I know there's still some development in Electo being done, but the first election, I think the next election that we have is again steering election in summer. All right. Any other open topics, open discussion items, questions? If not, thanks for joining, and we will see each other in a next meeting. I will talk to Priyanka how to continue the meetings when we are switching years, because usually there's some of the meetings get cancelled because of New Year and stuff like this. All right. Thanks everyone. Have a great day and thanks for joining. Bye bye.